February is the month for love because of Valentine's Day, of course. But I like to think of February as a month where we can stop ourselves for a short moment and think about sending love out to a world that really can use it right now. Not only in February, but all year long. In this video, we'll be drawing Zentangle inspired hearts and sharing our love with the world. Hello, precious friends. Welcome to this video and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Brenda Campbell. I'm an artist and a certified Zentangle teacher. If you're already a friend, thank you for returning. I'm going to be your guide as we go through the 8 steps of the Zentangle method of drawing. This is a practice, and it's one that allows us to slow ourselves down, to savor the moment, and practice mindfulness. And I believe it's magical because it truly has been a blessing in my life. If you're looking for Zen, or if you're looking for inspiration, you can find it here. So I hope you will grab a pen and some paper and draw along with me. Let's practice mindfulness together. Now, before we begin, let's talk about the tools and materials we are going to use to draw our tile today. So I am going to be using a Sakura Micron 03 pen in black. I have a pencil and a tortillion for the graphite, for blending the graphite. I have a Sakura Micron 03 pen in red. I have a chalk pastel pencil in red, and I have a tortillion to blend out my chalk pencil. So I'm going to go ahead and clear my space. Let's get ready to begin with step 1, gratitude and appreciation. In this step, we're going to try and bring ourselves into this moment, just settling ourselves in and preparing to draw. So let's start with 3 big breaths, breathing in and getting tall on the inhale, and breathing out and just relaxing down on the exhale. And again, big breath in and out. One final big breath in and slow breath out. Now just let your breath fall back into a natural breathing rhythm and just notice it. Notice the breath as you inhale and exhale. And try to bring yourself into this moment a little bit more with each exhale. Now take a moment to think of something that makes you smile. And if it makes you smile, you're surely able to be grateful for it. So pay attention to how this makes you feel. How does gratitude feel? remember this feeling as we are drawing today. And if you reach a point where maybe you find yourself rushing just a bit, it's okay. Just stop yourself. Take a big breath in and a slow breath out. And remember this feeling. And when you're smiling again, then I think you'll be ready to go back to drawing. And that, precious friends, is all there is to step 1, gratitude and appreciation. Step 2 is corner dots. And we use our pencil and we just put a dot in each of the 4 corners of our tile. Step 3 is a border. We create our border by connecting our dots. Step 4 is a string. A string is just a line or a series of lines that gives us a place to put our tangles. Today, we are going to draw a heart for our string. Now, I'm going to leave space between my border and my heart on all sides. And that is because I am going to put a tangle, a border tangle, on the outside of my heart. So I wanted to have space. Now, if your heart is bigger, you can always draw an aura inside to create your border tangle. So no mistakes, no worries. We are finished with our pencils for now. So I'm putting that away and I am picking up my black Micron 03 pen. Now, we're going to begin with our border tangle. I'm going to draw my heart string line first. And I'm just going to start at the top. I'm going slowly. And I'm turning my tile. All right, and now I am going to draw an aura of this first line. And remember, an aura is just a line that mimics the line it's next to. So I am going to turn my tile as I go. I'm going slowly so I can see the line I'm trying to aura, because I'm right-handed, so the line is above where I'm drawing, and that allows me to see it well. If I were drawing it like this, then my pen actually is in the way of this line. So this way I can still see the line as I'm drawing my aura. This is just something that you may want to practice, because a lot of tangles have auras. Okay, now we're going to draw another aura, and this time though we're going to pull it farther away. So I'm going to, let's start at the top here. Let's come up about this far. And again, we're just going to draw an aura Trying to keep it the same distance as best we can, but remember, there are no mistakes. Okay, and one more aura, and this one will be thinner like the first one we drew. And we are drawing the tangle doodah, although there are several border tangles that have an aura on both sides. But we are drawing doodah today. And if you watch me, you'll notice I draw this tangle frequently. But what I like about it is that it is just going to be created by a series of straight lines. So when I am drawing tangles, I'm always looking for contrast, because that's what makes our art interesting. And straight lines, along with circular or curvy lines, are nice contrast to each other. So I'm going to begin with doodah as my straight line tangle. And then we're going to add a second tangle in the center, and it's going to have more curvy lines. So doodah, like I said, is a series of straight lines. And I'm going to begin, you can begin anywhere. I'm going to begin right here at the point. And I'm drawing a line from the aura straight down, but I stop before I reach the bottom. My next line starts below the top and touches the bottom. And because I have curvy lines in my aura, I'm going to want to turn my tile so that these lines stay pretty much straight inside this space. So now back up like the first one, start at the top and stop before you reach the bottom. Start below the top and go to the bottom. And now we just repeat this pattern, top, down, down to the bottom, top, down, down to the bottom. And we'll do that all the way around. When you get to the curves, you're going to want to make sure you turn it. And remember to breathe as you're drawing. I don't know why, but sometimes we just hold our breath. But remember to breathe. And just focus on one line at a time. And that is doodah. It's not perfect. I imagine yours is not perfect. It's hard to make anything perfect. Plus, I think perfection is overrated, and it looks much nicer when we are just drawing by hand with all of our imperfections. Okay, so I'm going to put my black pen away, and I'm going to pick up my red pen. And we are going to draw the pattern Charmzy. And this is a pattern by CZT Kelly Barone. I discovered it not that long ago, and it was just really fun to draw. Now, this is kind of a grid pattern that we draw our grids with seeds. So basically, we're going to draw dots. I like to make these initial dots a little larger. So, and I'm also going to make them kind of uniform in a grid pattern. So I'm going to start up here, put one there, then I'll put one here. I want to make these big, this grid kind of big. Okay, so that's about all the dots that are going to fit inside this space. And what we do next is we are going to create a little 4-petal flower that starts at these dots. And it's going to go about halfway between this dot and this dot. So I'm going to begin like this. There's my first petal. There's my second petal. Third petal. Fourth petal. Now, they're not perfect because my dots are not perfect, and it's okay. Like I said, perfection is better. I think it's more interesting. So now I'm going to make my second 4-petal flower. 1, 2, and we touch where they meet in the center. Okay, so here's another one. Touches that one, and then goes behind our heart border. this way. I was having a hard time remembering which direction it would go. But let's see, and then there. I found this to be a tangle I needed to practice. It was required a little more focus than I expected, and that's okay. It slows us down that way. Okay, that was a little bit of an oops, but that's okay. No mistakes. We're not going to stress about it. Do need one more over here though, and another partial one over here. And then I guess I need, no, I'll leave that alone because I don't want to make it worse. Okay, so now we have all of our 4 petal flowers. And the next step is to draw a line from the center out into the center of the petal. Just giving it a little bit more interest. In the spaces between the petals, we're going to draw an orb. You could make these red if you want, but again, I'm looking for contrast. And you're going to find that these orbs are not going to be all rounded. It really depends on how the petals come together. Some will look more like ovals, like that one I just did. And it's all good. Some will be bigger because the space is bigger. Okay, and now we have all of our orbs. So I'm now going to put my black pen away. We're finished with step 5, the tangles. We are moving on to step 6, the shading. And we're going to do our tangle doodah first. And all we are going to do is put a thin line of graphite inside each of the auras around our heart. So it's inside, meaning it's in the space where all of our straight lines are. You don't want to put too much graphite because we are going to put it on the other side as well. And you still need some white in order to have the contrast. So step 6, shading, is really about contrast and not necessarily about making a shadow. But sometimes it's very much like making a shadow, and it gives our tangles dimension. It can add lots of contrast, can even add some drama if the shading is dark enough or deep enough. Okay, so I have my 2 lines of graphite, and now I'm picking up my tortillion, and I'm going to blend that out. And as I blend, I'm going to use small circular motions on the side of the tip, and I'm kind of pulling it away from the line and into the tangle. You don't want to pull it down too much. We still need some white space in the center. But as we blend this in, you'll start to notice it almost looks like it's rounded here where the aura is. So you are getting a little bit of 3-dimension look. You are getting a little bit of a 3-dimensional look with that dark graphite. So shading is something that is best done in layers, because if you add too much to begin, you really can't take it away unless you use an eraser. But we don't use an eraser in the Zentangle method. Okay, that is doodah. I think we're done shading that. And now I'm going to pick up my red chalk pencil, and we're going to use it to begin our shading of our Charmzy tangle. And I am just putting like a line between, in the center, it runs on that line that we drew down the center in each of the petals. So I'm just kind of going over that line with my white chalk. Okay, that's all I need for that. And now I have a tortillion that I use just for my red chalk, and I'm going to blend that out and into the petals. Out from the center and into the petals. Looks like I missed a couple of lines with my red chalk pencil, but there's enough on my tortillon that I did not need to add more, so it's all good. I like the way this is looking though. Okay, so now I'm going to put my tortillon away, and I'm picking up my graphite pencil again, and I'm going to come in here and put a little smile line on one side of each of these orbs, and I'm using pretty much the same side. I always go for the bottom lower right and put this little smile shape in there, but it wouldn't matter which side you picked, and it wouldn't even matter if they were all a little bit different. Okay, now I'm going to blend that out. And I'm going to start by blending it into the circle and then kind of coming around the perimeter, but trying to leave a little white space. And I think the last thing I want to do is to get my pencil back out and just kind of put a real light line of graphite on the inside, right next to the aura line. And that's just going to add some more contrast between our two tangles. And it kind of makes this Charmzy tangle inside fall back a little bit more. Just give it a little bit more depth. Okay, now let's blend that out. You would not need to do this. Some people don't like to do this. It does kind of dull up some of the red around the edge. It's a personal choice, like I like to say. But I kind of like the separation and the added contrast. Okay, I'm good with that. So we're done now with step 6, the shading. And I am going to pick up my black pen again. And I'm going to put my chop in here. You know, I'm changing my mind. I'm going to use my red pen. And I'm just going to put it down here. And this is going to be a little bit different than I've done before, but that's okay. I'm trying out some new designs. And there's my chop, or my initials, on the front. Then I'm going to flip it over and sign it. I will date it, but I always date it off camera, so just make sure you date your tile or your artwork. And then you can name your tangles if you want. We drew Duda. And then we drew Charmzy by Kelly Micron. Except I don't think she has an E in her name. Flip it back over for step 8, which is just to sit back and enjoy what you've drawn. Appreciate again. Appreciate that you took some time for yourself. Appreciate this fun little tile that you drew. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. I am so grateful that you joined me today. And that is pretty much all I have for this video. If you want some more, make sure you watch the next video coming up. And I'll see you next time. Until then, remember to be you and be happy.